So I said a couple so I said a couple of weeks ago, I think at this point, that I was gonna give up on talking about YouTubers really. And I said I would only bring them up in videos, but never make them title, thumbnail worthy kind of content. But you know, I gotta get my bills paid. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. YouTube barely pays me enough for me to care. But no, Ryan Kinel, I gotta get paid if I'm watching one of these shitty YouTubers. Honestly, I'm not gonna watch them for free. So, so I talked about this clip on a video on my channel recently, and I jokingly played it up to me saying, "Oh, Brie Larson forced feminism," and then the clip, I'm assuming he's gonna play it. I didn't watch this video prior, but in the video, Brie Larson just says, you know, do people want me to play Brie? I mean, not Brie Larson. Do people want me to play Captain Marvel? I don't know. I don't know. And I genuinely go watch that video. There were people literally tweeting stuff like, "Oh my gosh, she comes across as a bitch. She comes across as narcissist, rude, and everything." I'm like, look, I don't care if you don't like Brie. Me personally, I don't know Brie enough to not like her or not. All I know is the comments she made. Uh, Back in 2017, I believe, and I remember I used to hate Brie Larson, but now I'm just kind of like, I don't even know her. I can't, I'm not gonna hate somebody that I hardly know unless they did commit something bad. Like for example, Harvey Weinstein. I obviously hate him, but I don't know him. But just based on what I've heard, I don't like him. But no, a lot of these channels. That's actually how I used to be a fan of Geeks and Gamers. I used to that was my pipeline. Like I hated Brie, and so because of my hatred towards Brie Larson, I watched Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kinel, all of these, and then after a while, I kind of just got annoyed at these channels. It wasn't even because my mindset changed on Brie. No, it wasn't that at all. It's just that I realized they were complaining so much, and that just got boring to me. Like you can only complain so much to me to the point where I just get bored of it. And and this look, now I don't have any opinions on Brie. Do I think she's a talented actress? I think she's all right. I thought she was miscast as Captain Marvel, or I don't. Maybe it wasn't miscasting. Maybe I think it was the writing. I just didn't like Captain Marvel's character in the movie, neither in Endgame, neither in her own movie, neither in Shang-Chi's post credit. I just don't think the character is written very well. She's just kind of boring, bland. You know, it kind of feels like Black Adam in the in that trailer. You know, just no emotions, no nothing. I'm just kidding. I did like the Black Adam trailer, but that was mainly for Justice Society of America. But no, let's watch this video. I guess let's give Ryan a chance. Let's give Ryan a chance. You know.
Looks like Brie Larson may have actually come
Oh crap, my audio's bad. Let's
to the realization that so many of us have been talking about for a long time, that nobody wants her as Captain Marvel, and they don't.
Well, that's just factually incorrect. There's actually quite a lot of people who love Captain Marvel. Brie Larson as Captain. Well, not me personally. I don't like Captain Marvel in general. Not even in the comics. I never liked her. It kind of feels like what a lot of people were saying about America Chavez before Doctor Strange came out, where a lot of people, America Chavez wasn't popular. Nobody really cared that much about her in the comics, and so when they put her in the movies, it was kind of a bit of a surprise. Same thing with Polka Dot Man. A lot of people always knew Polka Dot Man as this running joke of no one cares about him, and then you know now he's loved. Although Polka Dot Man was severely loved in that movie, and he was my favorite character in the Suicide Squad. But no, there's a lot of people who loved Captain Marvel. I myself am not part of that group, so that's just factually incorrect. Uh, I mean, I get you could make the argument that most people don't like Captain Marvel, but to say everyone, that's just factually incorrect. I've seen thousands of people constantly defending Brie, defending Captain Marvel, and all that, but
don't want to see her anymore. Captain Marvel was undoubtedly a turning point for the Marvel Cinematic Universe when they decided to sandwich this movie in between Infinity War and Endgame and pretend like it was
the downfall of Marvel. I mean, I do think Phase 4 has lacked quality. I think there's been a couple movies that just Black Widow. Well, I didn't think Black Widow was horrible. I thought it was all right. It's just that for the Marvel standard, it didn't live up to it. Thor: Love and Thunder was honestly a disappointment. You guys saw me all excited for it. That movie just wasn't good. Then a lot of the Disney Plus shows right now are just not doing it for me. She-Hulk, to me, I've not liked She-Hulk. Moon Knight was a disappointment, even though that's always been one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time. Loki, I thought had the potential, but I felt like the finale to the season was just not very good. Marvel has been going right now through a downhill spiral. Would I say Captain Marvel is the beginning of that? I would say, I guess it was an early sign. Because my problem with Marvel is right now it feels like they're going more for quantity over quality. But I don't think that really happened until Phase 4 came along. But yeah, it was sandwiched between Infinity War and Endgame. But you could also say the same thing about Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know.
So important to everything. You have to go see this movie to understand what happens in Endgame.
That's one thing I'll agree with the grifters. That it felt like they were really trying to tell you, look, you guys gotta watch this movie in order to understand Endgame. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that was the reason why I watched it. Yeah, I'm not. I went to the theater. I paid my ticket, and I watched it because I was looking forward to what could it tease for Endgame. And look, I had this argument with somebody yesterday. The $1 billion mark. So the first Captain Marvel movie made $1 billion. I still contend to this day that Captain Marvel made $1 billion. I would say 70% of the reason why it did was because people were really wondering what could it tease for Endgame. What could it tease? Even like all my friends that I was talking to at the time that were big Marvel fans, we weren't saying, "Oh, I can't wait to see this new Marvel character." Oh no, I can't wait to see her debut. I can't wait to see Brie Larson give us a stunning performance. No, it was usually, okay, let's see where this leads up to Endgame. Maybe there's gonna be a clue, a hint, whatever. And really, the only thing we got was the post credit showed that Captain Marvel meets the Avengers, which is something we already see in Endgame. So it kind of felt pointless, but. Oh well.
To have a unlikable female protagonist who's so good at everything, and really the only journey she goes on is to realize that she always was the best and just needs to ignore.
I mean, yeah, that was the larger reason. I mean, not the female part, but I don't get why you gotta highlight the female part. I don't. And it's just stupid. It's like you wonder why people call you sexist, but you constantly keep bringing up, well, feminist. It's like, who cares? Who cares, man? Who cares? Just got a text message from a friend. Why y'all texting me while making a video? No, but that's actually something I actually recently rewatched Captain Marvel for the first time since I had seen it in theaters, which was 2019, early 2019, and I recently watched it because I was like, all right, let's see, I'll give it a chance, and it was slightly better than I remember, but it still wasn't good. Like, it's weird because the second time watching it, I realized almost everything around the movie was good, except that Captain Marvel herself just wasn't a well-written character. Like, I love Talos the Skrull. I love seeing the Skrull versus Kree war. I'm not gonna lie to you, Goose is unfunny. I don't get why I loved Goose so much back in the day, but no, Goose was so unfunny. It was just, oh, huh, a cat. It's like, okay. Cat-ass squid. It's a flirkin. I kind of felt like that was pointless. What else? The music choice, and they played a lot of '90s music. I was surprised that Nirvana was then in there. Come As You Go. I was surprised that song was there. The character of Marvel wasn't all that interesting. Lashana Lynch, she's such a talented actress, but I felt like she was severely underused in this movie. Samuel Jackson was great in this. This felt like classic Samuel Jackson. But yeah, no, overall, I didn't like the movie, and the main reason was because I just didn't think the Captain Marvel character was all that interesting, and she was poorly written. But yeah. And yeah, one of my criticisms was it felt like the thing she learns by the end of the story is you're powerful, just use your powers. And I feel like a good example on how to do this concept well was Man of Steel. I know y'all are going to disagree. I love Man of Steel. I think that movie perfectly, because it's about this guy who's an alien being who feels isolated. And, his alien race finally comes to rescue him, but he realizes, no, he's an Earthling. He is from Earth. He is from our world. And even though he's severely overpowered, they just still show you his emotional damage, how he can't fight people, because if he does, he could kill them. Or no matter what he does, every single thing he does is going to change the world forever. And I just thought that movie summed it up really well.
The men
and what in the beginning of the movie, one thing I noticed mainly the second time around was in the beginning of the movie, what is it that they keep telling her? They say it like 5 times within the first 5 minutes. But it says control your emotions. There you go. They constantly kept saying control your emotions, control your emotions, control your. And I'm like, I'm fine if you have a theme like that in the movie. Just that part of having a theme in a movie is not telling you what the theme is. Show us that theme. Show us how it plays out. Change the character's arc. But I felt like within the first 5 minutes, it was like control your emotions, control your emotions, control your emotions. I'm like, come on, like. You know, give us the theme. Don't tell us the theme. Give it to us. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Of course, you have the actress Brie Larson herself, someone who very quickly turned off a large segment of the fan base by her willingness to speak out against the fans, by saying we need far less.
I mean, she wasn't speaking out against the fans. She was speaking out against the white fans, because, you know, you crackers. I'm just kidding. No, what was it, the comment that she said? She said, I don't need a 40-year-old white guy to tell me what I think about a movie. I get what she was saying, because a lot of critics do tend to be straight white males, but I think the way she said it was poorly done, because it does come off as racist. That is a pretty racist comment, at least how it sounds outside. Although she is white herself, so I don't know what to tell you. But no, I think she should have. I feel like if she was gonna speak out, she should have rehearsed it. She should have said, okay, because what my problem with the left, the right, whatever, is when people publicly say things about their side, they make it more. They say the things they believe to only echo to echo only to their side. And I thought that's what Brie Larson did. When she was saying what she was saying, it's kind of like all these minorities, all the LGBT, anyone who's not a straight white male, I love you, y'all on my team, and I'm going to root for y'all, but let's isolate the straight white guys. And I felt like that's, if Brie really, this is what I say about all leftists, all righters, whatever position you are, if you're going to publicly speak, and you want people to join your side, because that's ultimately what you really want. You cannot isolate an entire group. It's like me on this channel. If I make videos, and in every video I'm like, yo, shout out to my minority subscribers, you know, the straight white guys are going to feel a little weird, because they're going to be like, why aren't you giving us a shout out? Because that is an awkward thing. But I do think a lot of people overreacted. It's like, okay, I've heard much worse. Who cares? Donald Trump literally said, grab her by the pussy. Who cares? Who cares? But no, I just think there's too much hatred. I'm fine if you don't like her. I'm fine if you don't care about her. Like, me personally, I just don't care. Like, I don't keep up with Brie. I don't know what the heck she does in her off time. But, like, at some point, it gets a little too much. You know, at some point, it's like, okay, just move on. Who cares? She has a different view. It's like, yeah, what she said came off as racist. It actually, you know what, I'll say this. It was a very racist comment, because she was kind of, I mean, what she's saying is true, but the way she said it was racist, because she was kind of isolating white guys. And I know some of y'all are going to comment, oh, white people can't be oppressed. I didn't say that. I just said white people can be racially targeted. I'm sorry. I know that's hard to tell to people, but white people can be racially targeted. And it's the reason why channels like Geeks and Gamers grew, because a lot of white people just felt isolated. That, you know, they have to go support these channels. And that's my problem with usually virtue signalers online. It's like you pretend to care about social topics, but then you isolate an entire group. You know, it's like, for example, early in the video, I said the word cracker. No one cares. That's a literal racial slur to white people, but no one cares. But if I'm to say something like beaner or spick, I guarantee you, I would immediately get canceled. Or if I was white, I would immediately get canceled. I'd immediately have everyone being like, how dare you disrespect Hispanics? It's like, at the end of the day, being racist is either targeting somebody for their race, being rude to someone for their race, or just oppressing someone for their race. Sure, white people have never felt socially oppressed, like, in the world, you know, but you can still, as an individual, be racist towards white people. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that concept. And it's like, if you really want white people on your side, then stop harassing white people online. You know? Every time I see a white guy comment in, like, make a YouTube video, make a comment or whatever, it's always quick, oh, that guy's a white supremacist, that guy's a white supremacist, that's the guy a white national, even if it's something as simple as, I didn't like the She-Hulk scene, because I've seen the targeting, I've seen all that. And sure, white people will never face the exact oppression that Black, Asian, Hispanics have ever felt. But that still isn't a reason to racially make somebody feel isolated just based on their race. It doesn't matter the context. You know, if I say cracker, that's a racist comment, you know? And I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes in my channel, when I say controversial topics, I won't lie to you. If I was white, I'd probably get canceled. It's a straight up facts. I think that's something people need to conversate. We need to have a nuanced conversation on it.
White men reviewing these movies because guess what? They're just not made for you. All of that combined for a very divisive movie that didn't.
I think what was the movie? A Wrinkle in Time. I kind of understand what she was saying. I forgot to bring this up, but in Wrinkle in Time, the main character, so black women usually feel insecure about their hair. In the movie, that was one of the protagonist things. And I can understand what Brie was saying. Brie was basically saying that white critics are never going, white male critics are never going to understand, what it's like for black women with their hair. I think that's also with a lot of things. Like some people wouldn't get certain people, like for example, skinny people will never understand the insecurities of fat people. Tall people are never going to feel the insecurities of short people. I think that's what she meant. I still think it was poorly worded. I still think she should have rehearsed it. I still think she should have spoken beforehand. Maybe get her message across. And if you were going to say a message like that publicly, don't just isolate an entire group of people. Because that, they're not going to join you. It's like that. I think people need to start having that conversation. It's like if we really want to end oppression, then we can't isolate white people all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, one thing I do on Max's channel, Movie Manager Entertainment, I constantly call Max Whitey, and no one cares. No one cares. But I guarantee you, if he called me a border hopper or something like that, no, everyone would have like rioted, or not rioted, but people would have gotten mad at Max and all that. I guarantee you that would have happened, because I do think there's double standards, and I feel like if you truly, truly, truly cared about ending racism, ending all this kind of oppression, then we need to stop isolating groups of people. But the thing is, a lot of people don't want to have that conversation. They just see online, oh, white people bad. Okay, I'll virtue sing. I want to pretend like I'm a good guy. I want to pretend like I'm saving the world. So I'm going to call white people crackers. That's usually how the BS goes. Anyways.
Make a lot of money because they sold it as it was so necessary for the build-up to Endgame. However, it fell flat with the audience. And since then, we haven't seen a ton.
I mean, yeah, I would say most Marvel fans didn't like the movie. But you can't say it's a complete, like, everyone hated it. No. But
of Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, and now she's admitting she doesn't even know when the next time she's really going to play her is. Do they even want me to play this character? Listen to this honesty. Now, I think people are going to play it off as though she's...
Bro, read the room. Obviously, she was joking. Y'all complain so much about, we can't make jokes anymore. And then when somebody you hate makes a joke, you start getting so offended. It's like you do the things that you criticize. That's kind of why I unsubscribed to Geeks and Gamers a long time ago. Y'all were just getting offended at everything. And I know it's just for an act because you got to pay your bills, but like, still, come on, man. Come on, at least admit it.
He's joking. Look at Brie Larson's face and tell me if you think that this is actually her joking.
Oh my God. Bro, dude. People make different expressions when they say things, and not everyone's the same. I hate those people that are like, oh, let's read somebody's face and see what their facial expressions are just so that we can learn everything about them. It's not that simple. Some people just act different. Some people just react to things differently. I don't know what to tell you. She was clearly joking. Sure, there was maybe a hidden thing because she knows she has a lot of, a lot of people just don't like her. But obviously that was a fucking joke. I don't know what to tell you.
Or if this is like legitimate bitterness coming.
Like if her character truly was a flop, and by the way, again, I'll state this, I don't like Captain Marvel, but like if her character was truly, genuinely a flop and a failure of a character, then Marvel wouldn't have bring her back. Because at the end of the day, I think we can all agree, Disney cares more about money than about social narratives. That's the underlying truth. If Brie Larson isn't bringing money, then they're not gonna keep her. You know, they're money grubbers. We all know Disney loves that cash, you know. We know Disney loves that cash.
Through over this. This is on a D23 Expo where we're going to talk about what she introduced for the Marvels. But listen to Brie Larson.
How long will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
Don't be so modest.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Look at these eyes when she says that. Look at these eyes when she says that. This is legitimate what she's saying. I don't know. Does anybody want me to play her anymore?
Bro, she's literally... I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Bro, Ryan, you're looking too much into it. You're looking too much into it. Bro, I mean, to be fair, Ryan's an idiot. Ryan really doesn't care about social topics, and I'm not saying you should, but like when you make these videos and you pretend to care, you know, at least be honest. This isn't honesty. I'm fine if you don't like Brie Larson. I'm fine if you think she's whatever, the second coming of Adolf Hitler. I don't really care, but like, dude, at least be honest about it. That's obviously a joking face. And at the same time, maybe I'm being hypocritical because I said you can't really judge somebody's face because everyone reacts differently, you know?
Even in this, she's showing an utter disgust for the fans. Now, of course, the fans reject...
Bro, oh my God. Dude, how's... The fans. How? She's just saying, I don't know. People don't want me. I don't know what to tell you. It's obviously a joke. Bro, read the room. Ryan, come on. Come on, Ryan. Come on. Bro. This is so stupid. Bro, this is so stupid, dude. It ain't that deep, bro. It ain't that deep.
Rejected her, so maybe she should be upset a little bit, but the reason they rejected her is because she acted like such a bitch through the entire lead up to Captain Marvel. And of course,
I'm fine if you think that, but like in this clip, it's not like, what the heck? You're reading too much into it.
Of course, afterwards as well. We saw the Jimmy Kimmel, hosting where they tried to repair her image. We've seen the YouTube channel.
Wait, what was that one?
To repair her image. But listen to this.
I don't remember
this
that.
Seems like it's genuine coming from her.
How long will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
Bro, she's clearly joking. Come on. On my channel, sometimes I'll keep a straight face when I make like a joke. Like I think I was on a stream and I said bring back the Third Reich, and I made a straight face. It's like, what, Ryan is now gonna find that clip and be like, look, he's clearly not joking. He really wants the Third Reich to come back. Bring back Nazi Germany, 1945. It's like, bro, you're reading too much into it.
Don't be so modest.
It feels like when you're in English class, back in high school, and you're reading like a book, and your teacher tells you, look for the hints. What is this? What is that? And the one thing she's telling you is, if the currents are blue, then that means there's sadness. And if they're trying to explain, it's like, no, maybe the current's just blue. Maybe the writer just likes the color blue and wanted the currents to be blue. I don't know what to tell you. That kind of feels what Ryan's doing right now. He's being an English teacher. You're looking too much into it.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Now, that could be because now Marvel's hesitant to use her in anything. We know that the movie she introduced...
Wasn't she in the Shang-Chi post-credit? And then she was in the post-credits for the Marvels. I mean, if Captain Marvel wasn't successful, Marvel could have easily just taken her away. Like, just not have her. I don't know what to tell you.
Introduced at D23, The Marvels was not originally supposed to be The Marvels. It was supposed to be Captain Marvel 2. But all that changed when everyone realized how...
Oh my god, the title is different. Oh my god. The title's so different, man. Oh my god. The title changes everything. I don't care.
Unlikable Brie Larson was, what a poison she was to anything that she was involved in. Of course, they put her in the end credit scenes for Miss Marvel, which the directors didn't even know they were going to do that in the series, but that's what they did. And now this is going to be Monica Rambeau.
Isn't that like almost every Marvel movie? Directors don't know what they're doing sometimes. Like, they don't know like if a character is going to be in a post-credit or anything, because Kevin Feige ultimately, he's the ultimate decider. I mean, it's kind of like Morbius, where Daniel Espinosa didn't even know that the Tobey Maguire mural was going to be on the trailer. Or not the trailer, but in the movie in general. Although, wait, that scene wasn't included, right? Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't know.
Captain Marvel, and Miss Marvel in The Marvels. The Marvel shows first footage with Brie Larson, Tiana Paris, Iman Vellani at D23. Now, this trailer is not out there yet. They didn't release it to the public. I'm sure within the next couple days it will be out there. But Brie Larson is the one who introduced this entire thing to the fans at D23. Listening to Brie Larson, give this statement. I don't know when I'm going to play it again. Disney hasn't talked to me. Marvel hasn't talked about when I'm going to play this character again.
It's obviously a joke.
Want me? Meaning not only the fans, but also the people at Marvel. That sounds like what she's saying.
Bro, you're looking too much into it. They're looking too much into it. You know what? I'm going to play his game. So you see, let's actually put up the bigger image. So you see right here, his room. All right, look at his screen, or, you know, his camera angle. So on the right side, you have red. And on the left side, you see blue. Now, in this sign, what Ryan Kinel's trying to tell you is that he's actually a centrist. And he's trying to show that he's not a Republican or Democrat. He's trying to tell you that he hates both, and that's why he's in the middle. You see, you got blue here on the left and red on the right. Look, like right here, this is his political message. Oh, you know what? Let me look more into it. So you see this background. There is red, and then there's black. And then here on the logo, there's a bit of white. So what Ryan's trying to show you is this. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know how to spell swastika, but yeah, a swastika. It's the exact colors. Red, black, and white. Wow. Ryan Kinel's a Nazi. I'm just fucking kidding. Some people are probably going to watch this. People who already love Ryan and suck up to him. Some people are going to watch this and think, oh, crap. Oh, no. These are big accusations. Oh, no. How could you call somebody a Nazi? Dude, I'm obviously joking. But now, I guarantee you, if Ryan watches this video, he's going to clip this out and be like, oh, my God, guys, this fat Mexican called me a Nazi. Look at these liberals. They're woke. The wokesters of the wokeness. Bro, it's so stupid.
This may finally be the moment where Brie Larson realizes just how badly she's misstepped, just how badly she's turned people off to not only her, but her character. So much.
I mean, if that was the case, then Captain Marvel wouldn't have made $1 billion. Not saying it made $1 billion because of Brie Larson. It made $1 billion because of Endgame. But, you know, if people hated her that much, they wouldn't have gone to watch it. I'm just saying.
So, that at D23, this is what it looked like. This is the room that you could go and hear Brie Larson speak and meet Brie Larson. You want to know how crowded it was?
Oh, look. Brie Larson's confirming that only Democrats can go because it's all blue. Wow.
How many people were there? What is this, like 30 people sitting cross-legged on the ground?
To be fair, I don't think anyone should have gone to D23 because that was lame. All they did was release trailers that were already on YouTube after. Okay. They didn't even announce the Fantastic Four cast. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Cross-legged on the ground waiting for Brie Larson. This is it. This is 2 minutes before Brie Larson was scheduled to go there. There is no demand for Brie Larson. And if Brie Larson hadn't been...
yeah, I will say that is true. No one's like, oh, let's watch the next Captain Marvel movie. No. I'll admit that is true. And that is true from even my own opinion. Like, I don't really care about Captain Marvel as a character because she was poorly written.
We've been tripling down on this type of rhetoric and things like that over the past 4 years, 3 years, then maybe people would feel a little bit of sympathy for her in a situation like this. At the end of the day, it's...
Bro, Brian, just tell us you're gay. Like, okay, we'll accept you, man. Bro, just tell us you're gay, because it clearly looks like you don't like women. Bro, like, come on. Like, or maybe not women, but Brie Larson. Like, bro, if you're trying to hook up with her, at least, you know, you can't be like elementary. You know, in elementary when you're a kid, instead of like asking a girl out, you'll like punch her arm or you'll like hit them or something like that to show them that you like them, but you don't also want to tell them. That's kind of what Ryan and Jeremy and all those are doing.
It's not surprising that no one's begging for more Captain Marvel because nobody wanted it in the first place. They shoved it in. They tricked people to go see it. They retconned a bunch of things.
How did they trick people? Oh, wait. I mean, I guess they did because the big marketing was it's connecting to Endgame. It's like, bro, if you're being tricked into watching a movie, then that's on you, man. Watching a movie in theater, you know.
Things to make her super important to what the Avengers were doing, and at the end of the day, I think you can clearly see, you know, that.
Bro, it ain't that deep, dude. Like, I get if you don't like Brie Larson, but like, this clip was barely anything. It was just her saying, I don't know, maybe people want me. I don't know. It's obviously a joke, dude. I mean, yeah, she understands there's a lot of hatred for her, but this just seems like a quick joke. I don't know.
That was a turning point for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where it seemed like they were less prioritizing entertainment and more prioritizing virtue signaling, identity politics. That's what they were doing with Captain Marvel. One of the reasons it was so divisive, and it's one of the reasons why people can't stand Brie Larson. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, I will not be doing that. I mean, yeah, Captain Marvel is pretty divisive. And that was because of Brie Larson's fault. Like, let's not deny it, because I feel like if Brie Larson hadn't really said much, I feel like the movie would have still been criticized, but I don't think it would have been review bombed. At the end of the day, I mean, why do people spend all their time review bombing stuff? I don't know. But let's read some of the comments. I disagree. She's not admitting it. She's doing the arrogant pretty girl fake modesty, fishing for compliments. Oh, I feel so ugly. Oh, I feel so fat. Blah, blah. She said something like that, expecting that she would get an outpouring of support from her fans, begging her. I mean, that is true. When we were watching the reactions on Twitter, a lot of like her fans were defending her. I was just laughing at like the people who were like so offended by it. It's like you get mad at SJWs for getting offended at stuff, but y'all get offended over a girl quickly making a joke. Like, who cares? It's like you're doing it's the thing that I don't like. You're doing exactly what you criticized. Look at her eyes, people. Just look at her eyes. This is a realization she has dealt with away from all the interviews and cameras. Those are the eyes of someone that has clearly had a moment where they were like, well, damn, they don't really care for me, do they? Bro, like, it ain't that deep. Even if that is the case, like, who cares? It's like a 10-second clip of saying, I don't know if people want me. I don't know. This kind of reminds me of when I was making videos criticizing the Snyder fandom. And, like, everyone took that criticism as, this guy hates Zack Snyder. This guy doesn't want the vision to be happen. He's an anti-Snyder. And I even had 2 idiots make videos on me about that. Or one of them called me anti-Snyder specifically. But it's like, you guys do know what my channel has been for, like, over a year, right? It was promoting the Snyder Cut, promoting the movement. I was just criticizing the small group of fans that were negatively affecting the rest of the group. And I said, hey, if you truly care about the fandom, then you will criticize the actual bad people in the fandom. But some people took offense to that because, you know, apparently you can't call out the toxicity. I hate using the word I feel like the word toxicity is such a white girl thing to say. You know, it's like, oh my God, you're so toxic. But anyways, that's it for the video. There isn't much to be said. But the first time I make a Ryan Kinel video in a while. Although I don't know what the title and thumbnail is going to be. Maybe I'll make this kind of content every once in a while, but I'm not going to take it as serious as before, because I used to be like, oh, you're causing sexism, you're calling racism. No, I'm more just going to be chill. I'm going to be like, all right, be my guest. Do whatever you got to do to pay the bills. But whatever it is, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And yeah, let's bring back the Third Reich.